Hello, hello. It is Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. and it's time for Make It Happen Mondays. What's going on, everybody? How are you? It is Monday. It is the day after the Super Bowl. Oh, the day after the Super Bowl. Many of you may know that I am originally from Georgia. I am a California transplant. And I'm not a big football fan. I mean, basketball is my thing. Happy Monday, Nikki. Basketball is my thing. But again, it's a Super Bowl. So, of course, you watch the Super Bowl. And I definitely was going to watch it this year because it was Atlanta. It was Georgia. It was the Falcons. And, we went in knowing we had it. And, it just didn't work out. Oh, my gosh. So it was not a good thing in this house between my husband and my son. But it was a good game, and the Falcons. Hello, Cheryl, and hey, Patricia, how are you? And Falcons should be proud that they were able to get Super Bowl. But gosh, that one hurt. That one hurt just a little bit. That one hurt. So listen, it is Monday, Make It Happen Mondays. And one of the things that we talked about last week is that we were going to talk about some time management. So tonight, it's all about, it's a matter of time. How are you managing your time? How are you making sure that the goals and the things that you want to do, that you've allotted for them in your schedule? A lot of times we talk about what we want to do, but we don't realize that we have to put the tasks and the action plan that we do in the place of our calendars. But let's really talk about time, because time gets away from us. And today I did a post that talked a little bit about time and how you want to hold on to it. But here's what I know for sure. Number one, time is limitless. It's going to keep going. It's not going to stop because you got tired. Time is not going to stop because something has happened. So you have to make sure that you are managing your time. And so you guys know me, I'm big on the research, okay? Big on the research. And so I was reading an article that talked about what particularly successful people do in terms of managing their time, how it appears that they're able to get so much done. They get so much done in the same 24 hours that we sometimes complain that we don't have enough time. So what were their secrets? And let me tell you, is that they schedule everything. They schedule, of course, their work time. They schedule their exercise time. They schedule their meal times. They schedule their commute times. They schedule their family time. Hey, Deborah. Hey! Is going to be at the African American Museum, so congrats. They schedule time with their family. They schedule time to do nothing. But every second of every day is scheduled so that they know no time is being wasted. And so they're able to get accomplished what they need to get done. So one of the things that I, again, wanted to do a little bit more research on was how can we get more done, not in necessarily less time, but how do we get more done in the amount of time that we have? So here's a few things that I want you guys to make sure that you're doing. I need you guys to make lists. Make lists. Sometimes we want to keep all of that stuff in our head. Write it down. Don't keep the list in your head, because when you keep the list in your head, stuff gets away. So when you're able to make a list, and you can call it a to-do list, you can call it a list of action items, but you need to list out the things that you want to do. So that's one way to help time not get away from you. Another way that you can help time not get away from you is to Prioritize. Listen, I say this a lot to a couple of people that they know. 9 times out of 10, sometimes we have 10, 11, 12 things on our to-do list. The likelihood of you getting all 12 of those things done in one day is 0 to none. That you're getting all 12 things done. Sometimes we put too much on our list, and then when we don't get done, we don't get it all done, we feel guilty or we feel bad about that. You've got to learn to prioritize. Pick your top 3 or pick your top 4. There was one lady that I was following her article, and she said she picks the top 6. You know what is realistic in your world. You know what is realistic for the project that you have to do. So prioritize what you need done. And that way you can prioritize and see those things accomplished. But when you try to put 10, 12 things on your to-do list, come on, y'all. I know you feel mad. Oh my God, I didn't get that done. Oh my gosh, I didn't get that done. No, don't even do that. Prioritize the top 3 for the day and make sure you get those things, or top 4, whichever works for you, and make sure you get those things accomplished, as opposed to putting things on your list and then always having to carry them to the next day. Come on now. You just carrying stuff over to the next day. Here's the big thing. Avoid procrastination. Listen. I know what it is to be a procrastinator. Hey, that's transparent moment to be a procrastinator. And let me tell you, you think this is what I think. Oh, I get my best ideas when I'm pushed to the limit. No, you don't. You just wait until the last minute. And here's what's even funnier about that. You could get a brilliant idea, but because you waited to the last minute to do something or to work on your project, you can't do all that could be done because you waited to the last minute. If you want to get stuff done and make sure that it's quality and make sure that you accomplish what you need to accomplish, don't be a procrastinator. Listen, I am two hands up in the air if that's you. 2 hands up in the air if that's you. Hey, so let me see if that's you. If you know you have procrastinated on some things, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or give me a heart or give me out if you know that you have procrastinated on some things. Because I know that I have. So you want to avoid procrastination. Here's another thing to help you with your time. Yes, I see you. Yes, here's another thing. Go ahead and make sure that you don't sacrifice the quality of the task you're performing by trying to multitask. Listen, there's some things that you can multitask on. So for example, I'll give you a great example. If you are washing clothes and at the same time you're washing clothes, you may be cooking dinner. That's a great thing to multitask. But when you're working specifically on a project and you're trying to now answer the phone and you're trying to cook dinner when you're working on the project, you are sacrificing the quality of the work of the project because you're not giving it your undivided attention. So, yes, I know multitasking is the ways, but you want to make sure that you don't sacrifice the quality of what you're trying to do just because you're multitasking. So, listen, those are the tips that can help you with time, but let me tell you what has become one of the best things that I've ever done, and now I do it for all of my clients. All of my clients. So, okay. All right, Deb. So Pilates and listening to the vlog. Okay, let's see how that's working. Are you concentrating on, what do they say, on working on your core? Are you holding your core in and listening to me at the same time? I love it. So listen, one of the things that I tell people is that you really, and I know for myself, unless you are really very cognizant of how you're spending your time can get away from you. And so one of the things that I've done, and I absolutely have clients and people that I work with do, is a time audit. How are you spending your time? How much time are you actually spending on social media? Ooh. How much time are you actually spending watching TV? Ooh. How much time are you actually spending commuting or at work or working on a project, how much time are you really, not time that you're trying to squeeze in, but how much time are you spending with your family and your friends? How much time are you actually doing that? And a lot of times we don't know because, I'm so guilty. You get on social media and all of a sudden it's an hour later and you're like, okay, but I wanted to start, I was going to do this. And you look up and it's an hour later. Or you get up, or you say, I'm going to watch this TV show. And you look up. Well, first of all, you wake up and realize that you have been sitting there for now 2 hours. 2 hours that had you planned it and scheduled it, maybe you could have gotten something else done. So we don't really, a lot of times don't really get how much time we're actually spending. And so it's really good to do a time audit, to really look and see how much time you're on social media, how much time you spend doing nothing that you could be using to put towards your goal or put towards your project or put towards the things that you want to do. So this is what I want to challenge you and encourage you to do. Do a time audit. Do a time audit. And basically, all time audit is that you are, all a time audit is that you are literally writing down what you are doing at every time of the day. So from the time you wake up, so how much time do you spend in the morning? How much time is your commute time? How much time when you spend your time at work? What is your work hours? Now what's your commute time? When you get home, do you sit on the phone? What do you do with your time? I guarantee you it's going to be enlightening. You're going to be like, oh my God, I have found 6 hours of time that I could be using to put towards my goal. Because at the end of the day, you've got to have the time to put towards the goals that you say you want to accomplish. Well, what I hear a lot is, I don't have time. With everything I'm doing, okay, I guarantee you, if we do a time audit, we can find some time. So I want to challenge you, Keisha, focus, Keisha. So I want to challenge you to do a time audit. I want to challenge you to do an audit. And so I'm going to help you. Over in that group, Goal for It. I want you to go. If you're not a member of that group, this is a group of people who are absolutely dedicated to making their goals happen in 2017. There's encouragement. There's some tips over there. But over in that group, there's a document. I have a time tracking log so that you can track your time for the next 7 days. And you can actually see where your time is going. Because I can guarantee you, we can find some time that you can solely use to work on your goal and your dream. So my challenge to you for this week is to go and track your time. Track your time for the next 7 days. And listen, it's your tracking. So you don't have to make it look pretty. If you have spent 2 hours on social media on Tuesday, you need to mark 2 hours on social media. If you have spent 2 hours doing absolutely nothing, you know how you just be piddling around and when you look up, you've done nothing. You need to put 2 hours that you've done nothing, because the only way the time tracking log works is if you're real transparent and honest with yourself about how much time you're actually taking to do stuff. And then once you determine how much time you're taking to do stuff, we can then really take a look at the schedule and see what we need to do in order to make the schedule fit the goals that you want to accomplish. Because you can accomplish your goals and go to work and spend time with your family and have some fun time and have some self-care time in the 24 hours a day that we've been given. So if you haven't gone over and you are not in the group Goal for It, go over and join Goal for It, and then go on over and join Goal for It, and then you'll see a document that says time tracking log. Go ahead and download that document to your computer, and let's, for the next week, track our time. We're tracking our time Whoa, did you guys see that? Whoa, yeah. I got all kind of technical things happening here. Yeah, there we go. All right. There we go. So we want to track our time, track our time so that we can find time to all those things accomplished that we accomplished. So that's all we got for tonight, you guys. It's a matter of time. Track your time for the next 7 days. Go ahead and download the time tracking log over in Go For It and really see where your time is going. All right, so join me next week for Make It Happen Mondays, and we will continue to talk about things that's going to help us move forward and get our goals accomplished in 2017. All right, you guys, have a great Monday. I'll see you next week.